I'm happy to talk to you guys. Have you heard about this? On October 26th, there is a sister girl. I'm sorry. Looking at my feed, and this came up. I was so excited. Xbox promoted a Black woman as a CEO of Xbox. Her name is Sarah Bond. And super exciting. I think she's the first Black woman to ever be named president of a gaming, this volume, this big of a company, of a gaming company. Did anyone, am I the only one who's heard about this?
I have not heard of this. This is all news to me.
This is so huge, you guys, because nobody's in tech and there's so few Black people, and now someone that high up. Wow.
She's beautiful. Not really that matters, but I'm just saying she's absolutely beautiful. So much in one package. Yeah, I wonder where she was before. I don't know much about her. I just feel very excited because I think what this does is it really, as we know, right, through our own company, Udl, it's really difficult just to get funded, to get believed in, to get promoted. And it's really exciting because I think this just opens up a ton of opportunity for Black people in the tech market. So, yes.
Especially Black women.
Yes.
When you look at the different statistics that are out there, it just shows that, first of all, a very small number of African-American women are in the tech world. But, you do see people from Africa. Africans are in tech. But when it comes to African-Americans, it's a small percentage. And then when you say African-American women, that's even smaller. So I just think it really is just really huge. And I kind of wish that we started Udl in 2 or 3 years, because then she would have paved the way.
Right.
It wouldn't be so hard.
Absolutely.
And you know what else, guys? And think about this. I even think about what I do when it comes to diversity. What do you guys think about that? When it comes to the resources and we're talking about gaming and Xbox. My little one's addicted. He'll kill me if I said it, but he's addicted.
I just feel, what you're saying, this is such a big deal because it's also going to help to change perception. And so when people see people who look like us in those positions, then somewhere in their psyche, they are more open in the future, hopefully. So, I am so excited.
Color too now. You see, when you watch the characters, I got to say, Fortnite did kind of come out of the box and give you a little differentiation and diversity in characters. But I wonder, with her becoming president of Xbox, what that will look like for the actual characters, because there really isn't that much representation in the gaming world.
So exactly, in gamers who actually create games, right? So you maybe will see more games coming from a more diverse group of people that are creating the games, right? And I don't know much about games, so I don't, I'm just making assumptions here, right? That it's much like tech. But I know for sure this is the first time a Black woman has been CEO and president of a gaming company of this size.
I also feel for sure that when it comes to something like this, it has to open the door for resources for our kids, other Black children, to find their way to it. How they're coding in schools right now. I wonder if that'll open up resources for more money to be put towards poorer schools so that they can learn how to code and do these things. This is really exciting for me and my kids.
We can all dream. You can see that we have such great creativity and resourcefulness in our community. And let's start handing over the money to everybody.
Welcome to Sispreneurs Stories. We're a podcast created by 3 sisters who also happen to be entrepreneurs. I'm Kanji.
I'm Aurora.
I'm Janita.
Our family's background in business, particularly our father's business, drove us to create this podcast.
We believe that women are capable of being strong and bold while also nurturing their households.
And today's theme is From Legacy to Leadership, Harnessing Ancestral Wisdom for Business Success and Carrying Forward a Legacy of Entrepreneurship.
Hello, Memphis. I'm Ernest Strickland, President and CEO of the Black Business Association of Memphis. In a world filled with noise, we stand firm, advocating for the prosperity of our community. As the title sponsor of Sispreneurs Stories, our commitment goes beyond words. The Black Business Association has been an anchor for Memphis entrepreneurs, navigating challenges and championing resilience. Our involvement in Sispreneurs Stories is a reflection of the serious work we're doing to redefine the business landscape in our city. May each episode be a catalyst for personal growth, resilience, and inspiration.
Today we have special guests, Alandas and Rasie Turner-Dobbins from Oteka Technologies. And thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited.
Yes.
We're so excited.
Like mom, daughter, sisters.
Yes.
Get a family.
Family.
So just talk to us about how you got to the moment where you were at the helm of Oteka Technologies and what you do.
So it was a bit of a road, actually, as I think about it. Oteka Technologies, it means strong, and it's a South African dialect. But as I've shared that name, people have corrected me. And so I had a best friend that said, I looked it up in Cherokee, and it means princess. And then my son looked it up and said, I looked it up in Sanskrit and it means sunshine. So we've got from South Africa, the strong, we've got princess from the Native American, and we've got sunshine from the East. So we're the strong, sunshiny princesses.
I like that. I agree. Much better than just strong.
Just right.
Yeah.
It encompasses us a lot. So I started learning about entrepreneurship from my father as well. So we have that in common. And he started his first business probably when I was about 6 years old. So I grew up in a household where entrepreneurship was always at the forefront. At that time, we ate dinner together every evening. So I got to hear all the stories of the wars of the day, the battles won and lost. And so I remember a time I was a junior in high school and we had to talk about what we were going to do when we got older. And my mom videoed it and she played it back recently. And I said, I'm going to go to school in New Orleans and I'm going to be a business owner. And it came to pass. It came to pass. And I had forgotten, of course, that I had said that in the 11th grade.
Look at you manifesting.
Manifesting. So being around a father who was really unstoppable. He was ahead of his time. Mm-hmm. He did things that other people didn't do, let alone an African-American man in his time. So to whom much is given, much is required. And so I've always taken that to heart. And through a series of lots of events, ended up starting Oteka 7 years ago. And very happy to have my daughter on board. You came on about 4 years ago, and it has been she's been invaluable. I mean, it's just been awesome to have your firstborn working with you, someone you can trust, who's very competent and capable. Has been
one of the hardest things, the trust factor, family.
Yes.
That's why it's so beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Yes. So in a nutshell, that's a little bit about Oteka.
Now, what exactly does Oteka do?
So we do low voltage cabling. So the wiring behind any building, it's required to have that low voltage wire in order for security cameras and access control, wireless access points. We install the cables in those devices that run to that.
So you've got like technicians, trucks, and they go out there and they do it themselves?
We do.
Sounds like our family business. That's kind of what ours is about, the trucks and going out there and putting stuff and taking care of it. That's amazing. And to see women doing this?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
That's
You're in your
huge.
pink here, and people have stereotypes of women in business. So if you could just talk about how it feels to be, a pink lady in a very male-dominated industry.
Yes, it is empowering. It is definitely empowering. Walking into those rooms where you are a lot of the times the only woman or the only Black woman, only Black person sometimes. It's very empowering to be in those rooms. And so, like she said, to whom much is given, much is expected. So I think it's also important. We recently just had interns that we, bring into those rooms with us. And it's just a great feeling to be able to be in those rooms. So did you want to elaborate?
And as a woman, you're the one who said, I'm going to do this. What made you break that barrier? And when you broke that barrier, what was it that you knew you could stay in it and do it, even with everyone coming at you telling you couldn't? Because I know that's what happened.
Oh, it happens every day. I mean, that is like good guess. Did these people say that's the mantra they're gonna have? Like tell you what you can't do. Okay. So for me, my personality, when you tell me something I can't do, you might as well say,
you know what?
Hey.
That might be the one thing that holds women entrepreneurs together, is that when you say no, we run.
We run.
And that's how you know you can make it.
And we break through those barriers, man. So, I was a single mom. So she has a younger brother who also has joined the business. Thank God. That's been awesome. Thank you. And so as a single mom, I had to learn early on, to be able to go to those PTA meetings by myself and speak up for, because I had my grandparents died married, my mom and dad, stayed married. And so that was a barrier for me that actually kind of toughened me up a little bit to be able to do some of these things. And so to all those who are single moms, hold on to your dreams because they do come true if you work hard. And of course, many blessings. And so the hard work pays off. I just can't put it any other way. I mean, unfortunately, Rasie has to deal with me. I never go to sleep, right? So, like, if we
emails at 3 a.m. That's what I literally used to have a notebook by my bed. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. and scribble away. In the morning, I carry it out.
And if we go on a family trip and we have to share the room, she's like, pick mom.
I sleep. I'm on vacay.
She's like, she'll put the things on. And it's like, okay, mom's going to talk to herself. I'm going to sleep. So the hard work and parents who really believed in me, and a dad who said, I don't care, you can be a woman and do whatever you want. He said, you get up just like everybody else. It's, it's about your brain. It's about you believing in yourself. He had me reading Jonathan Livingston Seagull, I
mean, As a Man Thinketh was the book.
I read that book as well.
Yes.
And so we had, that's interesting.
Yes. We had the same dad.
Absolutely.
Like, are you sure they were close?
Right. Yeah. Where is he from? Is he like doing a second family?
Hold on now.
No. But we were in New York, so definitely.
Right.
Just to make it clear, everybody.
No. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let's make that clear. No. Daddy is from the islands. You're definitely from Memphis.
Oh, Mississippi. Yeah.
So are we.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh my gosh, Aurora. No. So can you just talk about, was your dad in the same business, or was this something that you started fresh, or how did that work?
Yes. So we were an Avaya business partner, one of the 2 African-American Avaya business partners in the country. He was a consultant for AT&T. That was his 3rd business that we started. So we started on telecom, with telephone systems, large telephone systems to municipalities, larger businesses. And so part of our division was cabling. That wasn't our core business when my dad was alive. He died 16 years ago. So we're talking 30 years ago that we started this business. And technology, I mean, we had pagers back then, right?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So he was ahead of his time. He said, we're going to get into technology. And so cabling was a small division. But when I started again, I wanted to do the cabling only because telephones are in the cloud now. That industry had changed. When he passed, I stepped away from the business. I couldn't continue.
So you decided he had his box and you created your own box out of the box that you
That is correct. That is correct. Yes, that is correct.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So how long was that span? And then what was the impetus for you to now start your lane, get in your lane and start your business? And then we have to hear about the story of when you were like, you're coming on, or you were like, Mom, I want to do this. So hear that whole
that legacy transfer. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
So I worked for the previous mayor, developing minority women-owned businesses for the city of Memphis, which is a passion of mine. I'm previous president of National Association of Women Business Owners. I love making sure that African-American women, people who typically are not, even in Memphis now, the business receipts for minorities is still 1%.
Yeah, that's insane.
Wow.
So that means of every dollar, we are only doing 1 cent of that, even though we're 65% of the population here. So if we can change that, that is the driving impetus for me. I know that it can make a difference in our community. I know that it can improve our community, make our community better. So that was a passion. When the previous mayor did not win, that was my chance to step out and do my own business. Because I would have stayed and continued to, I loved helping women-owned businesses and minority-owned businesses. I mean, I love it today. So that's what was, that him not winning ended up being a win for me.
Which is interesting. Which is so interesting because, a lot of times we have these doors closed for us, right? And that makes us we fall apart. We say we're ruined. We can't move forward, but actually it was a door open. So I'm just curious, looking back, what would you have said to yourself back then? Did you expect to be where you are right now? And, what would you say to yourself back then about where you are right now?
Well, I mean, I had everybody praying for me. Family, friends, church, strangers on the streets. Hey, pray for me. So you got to believe in yourself. And so this journey and starting this business and having to go into those rooms and somebody's not asking the right question, so you have to raise your hand. That's kind of step by step. The prayers were just very answered, but step by step, I grew stronger. And I realized that the journey was all part of it. All of the things, the ups and the downs were critical so that I could be able to do what I'm doing today. So
I just wanted to add to that you said something, and I think it's very important for everyone to know this, being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
There you go.
That makes the difference. And how did you get in this?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yep. To add to that, you do have to push yourself because there's going to be a lot of times where it's like, that's new to me. I'm new to this, but you just you grind your gears and put that hard work in and it'll work out. But to add to that, naturally, I think I'm pretty good at sales. So I was a leasing agent at a local apartment complex. And after my first year working, I got awarded as the greatest salesperson in the region.
Wow. Wait. Yeah.
So I'm sitting at the ceremony, watching her go on stage, and I'm thinking, me.
Why did they get her?
Someone else.
They get her talent. Yeah.
So I didn't know that I would be so good at it, but it was just a natural thing, as you can probably see why. But after that, it was literally like, hey, we need you over here. Come on, bring that talent to home. So it was really that simple. We started, it was actually, I want to say 5.5 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
wow.
It's
time passes when you're having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, did you see yourself working in with your family or being in a family business?
No, like it was just God. Honestly, it was God.
Yeah,
God did that. God did that. It that door there kind of closed. And so it was literally like, just come on, slide on in. And it's been a time. And when I walked in the first day, I was like, wow, God, my mom has really been doing this. Like, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. I know, me too.
No crying in the podcast.
Yes, I'm like, we're criers. Don't get us started. It's so easy.
In podcasting.
No crying in podcasting.
Hi, everyone. It's Aurora, and I'll have your business tip for the day. As you build and grow your business, it's important to remember that changing your standard business practices and trying something new can sometimes feel scary. In order to mix things up and make things different, try considering the concept of disruptive innovation or creative nonconformity, or as our dad called it, thinking outside the box. Try intentionally breaking away from what you regularly do to find innovative, unconventional, and different solutions to your regular way of doing things. Seek out new products, trends, or competitors in your industry, or even attend more networking events this week. Practicality, creativity, and a clear understanding of the impacts of your business process can open new doors and help you find new and creative solutions to grow exponentially. Try something new and different. Be fearless and go for it. And that's my business tip of the day.
And so sales is absolutely not natural for most people. So what are your tips and what do you think it is that makes you so good at what you do?
I would say really just be yourself. We're all human. We're all people. And so just go in that room, own who you are.
How do you prepare? What do you do?
You get in that car, you turn on your favorite song.
Okay.
Normally a song that kind of hypes you up.
I have a hype song no one would imagine.
What is it?
It's Motivation by T.I.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good
Always,
one.
I like the extra ratchet.
Sorry.
It's the secret thing, like you're like in your suit and like you know, no
Volume not too loud.
Like, no one else has to confess, but so you have your motivational song, and then any one tip you would give somebody with that, just like that's not the usual thing that people would imagine. You can think on that if it's, you know.
Yeah, maybe, you know, when you get in that room, just kind of sit back and peep out. Why are you there? What's your purpose of being in that room? And I've learned this from her for sure. You kind of Z-line to exactly, you know, if you're in the hair business or if you're in, you know, whatever business that you are trying to procure, you see in that room who can help you. And you kind of just V-line to that person and, you know, do your best to conjure up the strength and the confidence to get across exactly what you're trying to do. So it's just.
And I love what you just said, that you should. I was told also in my sales position that I've started recently that you should also pick those one or two people, someone who's a buzz in the room, focus on that and resonate. Just one or two people is all you need. And that can create a whole different referral system and everything for you. So
I mean,
thank you for
you'll
saying that.
have some good conversation. And next thing you know, you're around 4 other people because everybody's trying to network and, you know, get to know you. So it's really just putting yourself in the position, be in that room, and it'll kind of.
I'll tell you her secret sauce.
Oh, go ahead.
Everybody loves this lady. And so she has such an amazing personality. She's so warm and loving and caring. And so she takes that into what she does. And so like now we have interns every summer, some that have come back and repeated, but she's got 4 little sisters that she's like pay for their prom and she goes to with them. I mean, so like
bringing them up.
Yeah.
And are you guys bringing more females into the business?
Absolutely.
Oh, let's talk about this.
I like that.
It's an amazing thing that she is building Sispreneurs. Yes. So talk about that great efforts that you've done.
Yes, so we have teamed with an organization that has gotten funding from local government, from the governor, and they are here training people to be in different industries. And we've happened to have we've had 12 people go through the program thus far. Wow. And they've ranged anywhere from single moms to ex-military, but they're looking for careers. And so there's a 2-month training that they go through. And then they have training with our technicians.
So you have females on the road, technicians.
Yes,
I love to
That was
see
one of the things we always wanted to do, and we never quite made it there. I'm very proud of you guys. That's huge.
And they've stuck in there. They're out there with the men pulling them ladders.
I've heard
that cable.
You know, not to stereotype, but that you know, women are just as good or better technicians as men. You know what I
Because
mean?
we're into the details.
Yes, absolutely. And so we've been so happy. That's been something. And being an owner, you can do those kinds of things. Yes. That's also a part of the reason that drives me. I can make those kinds of rules and determine that that's what we want to do as a company. And we're going to continue to do it. We give back to our school system, backpacks in addition to the interns. I had to speak earlier today at a function for children. I mean, these are the things that they need to see.
Giving back.
They need to see that
them.
there's more choices out there for your careers. We're not common women doing what we're doing. And so they need to see that and know that this can be done.
Yes, because that one child's going to be like, I remember that time someone came in 4th grade and she talked about this wiring, cabling, and you know,
she can do it. I can. Do it.
Seriously,
You never know what it'll spark.
Opening that door.
We'll talk about just the process of building a business. So you have this business, you have all the skills, but then you have to make it viable. You have to go out build on it, do the sales. Can you just talk about what it means to scale? Because from what I understand, you have more than 30 employees. Like, I mean, how many employees do you have, and how do you grow and keep your business still functioning properly?
It's a lot of hard work. One of the main things, and I'm training her currently, you don't have to work in your business. You can work on your business. And so you have to hire competent people around you as you get to this point, because you can't do 20-hour days for 10 years. You can, but it's not the quality of life that you're shooting for. So that's one really big thing that you have to do that. And then I try to treat people really, really well from the beginning. So most businesses don't give insurance in the first year or two and benefits. I made it a point that that's what we were going to do. And we started that in year 2.
And I bet you have a low turnover rate for employees.
Absolutely.
That matters. How you treat your people matters. And the longevity of your people will also grow the company.
They feel when you care. Yeah. They know that when you care about them. So why would they want to go somewhere else if they know you're going to take care of them at the end of the day?
In our industry, we have very low turnover.
Very low.
And that's very hard.
Yes. Yeah. Particularly with what we do.
Yeah, because people will come and perjure people. That's what used to happen to us. So we make sure that we treated them so well they wouldn't go anywhere.
That's right. So yeah, that's important for us. So that's one way of scaling. And, really spending that time reading, going to workshops, listening to leadership classes, talking to other entrepreneurs. I have a close group of people that I speak to and talk to. When I was involved with NABO, and I was involved with NABO when my dad was alive, they have a tripartite system. So the ex-president, the president, and the incoming president work together. And so you get to learn as the incoming president from the ex-president and the president. So learning is huge. Because mentors are absolutely critical in your life. And being able to pull on the wisdom of others is big.
All right. So as we're coming to a close, Rasie, can you share something inspirational that you would like to share with other women, aspiring entrepreneurs? And also, it would be great if you could include a moment when you succeeded in the face of adversity.
Some advice that I would give is to just work hard, don't give up. I played 3 sports in high school, and so I'm very competitive.
What were the sports?
Golf, basketball, and track.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
she's got the state championship in track.
Stop. So she knows how to juggle schedules.
Yes. Got to be able to juggle a lot of balls.
Team sports, I think, is also, a way to
individual sports are fun too.
I don't know what gymnastics. Individual sports.
State champ in gymnastics.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So very competitive.
I get it.
Yeah. She's like, I'm going to win this. Yeah.
But I always like to say, you will always miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So just always put yourself out there. Try. Don't give up. Don't sell yourself short. You've got it. And, just pray, go to God about everything. And it's going to work out. I would like to say that, so we were pretty stable at a point. We had an office manager, and her daughter was actually the front desk person, and some things happened. It didn't work out. And so I had to when they stepped away, I had to put myself in a position that I was never been an office manager. I had been in the industry 3 years. Accounting was not my degree. And so now I'm a bookkeeper, a salesperson, managing the office.
She did such a great job.
And now you know everything.
And now she knows it.
Again, it was God that made that happen, because as we scale, those are things that I have to know, that I need to know. So no one can ever get over on us. No one can ever try anything.
I did too. I got chills right when she was saying that, because what it sounds like is that, your skills, sometimes they're sleeping inside of you, and a situation happens, and then you have to either step up to the table. And then what you're saying is that it happened and you were able to step up and be great.
Yeah. So big learning thing for me. So now I'm working on being able to step back because now it's just been like
my baby.
My baby.
Turning into your mother, right?
Yeah. So, but just put yourself out there, do what you got to do. We're competent. Black women can do anything.
Yes.
Black girl magic.
Seriously.
And so just as long as you put your heart into it, your mind into it, go to God about everything, it'll work out.
Okay, so in the face of adversity and all, can you just speak to overcoming and something inspiring and bright that you can bring to other cispreneurs?
Yes, really, honestly, there's a crisis every week at a small business. I mean, it's just
I feel every day.
Yeah. And we're 7 years old now, and so you develop a sense. So I hit a brick wall. I'll be honest. This was 3 years ago, right before COVID. And I realized then that I had to do some things differently. So I took a week off, which I had never done. And I went to a place where, I got a massage every day.
Good for you.
Yes.
I went on hikes.
Right on, sister.
I mean,
Yeah.
And it rejuvenated
Self-care.
me. Self-care.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so important because we do wear the S on our chest, right?
Yeah,
so true.
And everybody expects women, and Black women in particular, to be able to handle everything. So in the face of all of these things, COVID taught us, you got to really take care of yourself. So I say when you go through challenges, stop for a moment. Everything's going to keep going. The world's going to keep turning. Take that moment to take care of yourself and make sure you're okay. And then change things as a result of that. So don't just take that week. So I have incorporated some new practices in my life.
I'm slowing down a little bit sometimes. Self-care.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, when you're not up at 3 a.m. writing notes.
Right.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Self-care.
Yes, baby steps, baby
Yeah.
steps, yeah.
I walk religiously now because of the stress. That helps a lot. Watching what you eat, those things are critical so that you can have maximum output.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are crises because your health is your wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So I would share that my daughter put it so well. But, we are the light bearers. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are.
Chills again. What are you doing to us?
So
Sorry.
if you put that in your heart and really understand the significance of that, you will be a little bit closer on your path. God has a path for all of us and a purpose for each of us. And so we're trying to live that purpose to the fullest.
I got chills too. Yeah, that's my mom. I hear it all the time.
Yeah, so good.
Oh my goodness. Alandas and Rasie Dobbins of Oteka Technologies. Thank you so much.
We love you guys.
You guys, before we wrap, we just want to know, can you give us your website? And if you have any Instagram, Twitter, or
TikTok,
Threads, or still?
Spill the Black Twitter.
Black Twitter, yeah.
So come on, make sure you guys
gotta get on that. Yeah, Spill Black Twitter. Yes.
So
We'll look
please
for
share.
the alternative to Twitter.
Yeah.
No, I was saying, everyone's.
So we have our website is www.otekatech.com.
OTEKA.
OTEKA. And we have a LinkedIn, just Oteka Technologies. Go to LinkedIn, type in Oteka Technologies, Alandas Dobbins, Rasie Dobbins Turner. You'll be able to find us on those sites for right now. We will scale and get those other things going. Thank you for that.
Well, one thing in social media, it's actually, you're in the best places. You're not supposed to necessarily have to go to every single platform. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like you guys narrowed in on the ones that matter. So
spend the
there's
time and
a
love on that.
pressure. Everybody says there's pressure to do everything, but you guys are really hitting it. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love social media.
She does. She's obsessed.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Sispreneurs. And don't forget to join us next week while we share your best answers and have a few laughs. So let's go. Question 1. If you could meet anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why? Question 2. If you could go away for a weekend I said, where would you go and why? And question 3. What food, if any, is your guilty pleasure? And please explain. Thank you for participating in our 3 fun questions round.
Until next time, be bold and stay fearless.
This is Ernest Strickland, President of the Black Business Association, proud to be your title sponsor on this empowering journey with Sispreneurs Stories.